We don't do that here.
But the cream rises to the top.
Leo, did you catch the Fury versus Ngannou poster?
No, I have not.
It's in our Discord. You'll get a laugh out of it.
What the fuck is this? Who in the fuck's idea was this?
What are we talking about here?
The Fury Ngannou poster.
Oh, that.
Whose idea?
Yeah, it's a shocker.
They made him way more leaner, but they also like gave him a receding hairline as well. So it's like a very backhanded compliment there. Like, yeah, we made it make you a little bit better, but not that much better.
Alright. Fucking Mountain Dew is ready. Doritos ready. Neckbeard is necking. Let us begin. Summoning the energy to be the ultimate fucking casual. Who is the ultimate casual? That would be me. My name is Leo. I don't know a whole lot about MMA, but I do know a bit about boxing, so that is just enough to make myself sound really stupid. Fortunately, I have my good pals, Chief and Nathan. We're going to break down UFC 292, among other things, and we have some fight night cards coming up, specifically Max Holloway and the Korean Zombie. We'll get to that later. But first, network news. I launched another show with a cousin of mine. It's called Hard Shell Tacos. I expect there would not be a whole lot of overlap with UFC hardcore fan types, because it's really, we get all up in our feelings and shit, but I think it's fun. We have a good time. And what else? I do have another one coming. So, like, fuck me, it's so close. It's a political type of show. Once we get the launch, I'll start giving more details on that, but something to keep an eye on. And NFL season's about to start. God damn it, I really want to have an NFL show, but I guess...
I can't wait for the yearly misery of being a Cowboys fan.
Oh, man.
I'm so excited.
Alright, let's get into our recaps here. I don't have any of the results, but Bellator 298 happened on Friday, August 11th. If you care about that stuff, go have fun. Saturday the 12th, UFC Fight Night. This card had some shifts, so I'm going to go from the bottom up like we always do, and you guys stop me if there's any fight worth talking about or something exciting that we need to highlight. So, Josh Fremd gets a UD win over Jamie Pickett. Middleweights, AJ Dobson, UD over Tafon Nchukwi. It's middleweights. I noticed that the Parisian fight was off again, but it was kind of like quietly removed. Not sure what happened there. Yasmin Lucindo, submission into over Polyana Viana. Strawweights. Another fight that might have gotten moved down the card, I don't know. But then we have Khalil Roundtree, ranked 13th at light heavyweight, gets KO1 over Chris Daukaus, ranked 14th. I think this was the only exciting finish here.
This is the only finish on the card. I guess there's a submission, but the only knockout on this card.
Cub Swanson, very interesting name, gets the UD over Hakeem Dawodu. Featherweights, and the main event, Vincent Luque, ranked 10th, gets the UD over Rafael Dos Anjos, ranked 9th at welterweight.
I really don't know what it is about MMA. They really don't know when to quit. I know boxers don't, but MMA guys really don't. Cub Swanson and Rafael Dos Anjos, they've been in the game for a pretty long time, and they probably shouldn't be. Cub won, but man, he's 39, and Dos Anjos is like 37 or something like that, and he's been in some wars, so I don't know what he's still doing around either.
I can tell you what they're both doing.
Yeah, but they're getting like the McDonald's pay, aren't they? Like, they could probably make more genuinely working at McDonald's, right?
Dos Anjos used to be champ, so he must have got money at some stage. And he was champ for like a couple of fights, so he must have got a bit of dough.
Maybe they're trying to surpass Tony Ferguson for longest overstaying of a welcome.
It's gonna be hard to do.
Yeah.
Anything more before we get to 292? Because like I'm kind of itching to get to it.
No.
Very quickly, I'm happy that my boy Vicente Luque finally won. I mean, he has won more recently, but I'm glad that he got in the win column again, because for a while he was one of my fan favorites, and he's not done super well recently. And so just seeing him get in there and win, it's fun. He doesn't look the same guy he was, and he's probably fixing to get knocked out badly in a couple fights, but for now we celebrate.
All right, cool. Okay, let's see. UFC 292 was in Boston, so the crowd was interesting. But is that standard fare? Do MMA crowds get that verbal?
Yeah, it can happen quite a bit that the crowd interacts with the cage area, or start just launching bottles.
They do definitely play favorites, and they don't even need to have a reason. Like, if there's just a generally disliked guy, they will pick favorites, and they'll get pretty fired up about it.
All right. Well, I guess it adds a bit to the excitement. Let's get to it. From the bottom up, Marlon Vera ranked 6th. Chiefs pick here. Gets the UD over Pedro Munoz, ranked 10th at bantamweight. So that is a +1. Mario Bautista, Chiefs pick, UD over Damon Blackshear. These are
the one.
also Chiefs pick. But I did have to swap Blackshear's name in. It was not the original name that I had listed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit of the asterisk there.
I would have picked this guy anyway. He is one of 3 people to attempt a twister in the UFC and pull it off, and he's also from Texas, so it's might as well be a valid pick.
All right.
Still taking the L.
Ian Machado Garrity, much to Chiefs' chagrin, ranked 13th, gets the win over Neil Magny, ranked 11th.
I knew I was eating an L here.
Welterweights, it was originally scheduled as Jeff Neal, but he dropped out. I don't know why, but I know that Neil Magny was a late replacement. Still, I expect, Chief, that you would have picked Magny anyway, just out of spite. So that's a Nathan +1. That KO, man, like, that was close, and he didn't get it done. All right, WeiLi Zhang, you both picked her. UD over Amanda Lemos. No shit.
That was such an easy pick.
Yeah.
So I do have to ask, which scorecard is the worst? Because there was a scorecard that gave a 9-9 round for that WeiLi fight. Do you think that's worse than Marlon Vera getting 30-27 over Pedro Munoz?
No, but yes. No, but yes. Like,
they're both very egregious scorecards.
Yeah, they're both horrific, but the 9-9, I remember when I heard it got read out, and I was like, what? Huh?
I'm not sure how somebody arrived to that conclusion.
Yeah, I really wasn't.
I haven't seen which round they gave it to. I think we were consensus, though, that it was probably the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because that had a bit of back and forth.
I do wonder, because the rules changed recently to kind of favor grappling. I don't know if that judge was maybe just overcompensating in their first time out, but I also don't know if those rules are officially in effect yet.
They're nerfing striking.
Yeah, it's too OP.
Yeah.
The meta's getting stale.
Aljamain Sterling, the bantamweight champion, gets
Can't believe both picked him.
knocked the fuck out.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
In 2 rounds. Goodness gracious. By number 2, Sean O'Malley. Oh boy. I was with you guys. I was riding with Sterling. I really didn't think, based on the research that I was doing to get our video release, companion release with this, I didn't think that O'Malley was gonna have the grappling, wrestling wherewithal to handle a fucking octopus like Aljo. It's crazy. But then Aljo decides, I don't have to wrestle. I can strike with Sean O'Malley. I think
Yeah,
I'm.
that was brain dead.
Oh man, I am. I have a not feeling 100% today. I'm catching a case of diabetes from all the fucking sugar. Oh god, that was great though. Very, very cool. O'Malley, they were both really their candor after the fight was great from both guys. It was really cool.
Yeah, Sterling sort of accepted his fate straight away. He wasn't in denial or anything. And Sean was pretty humble about it. I mean, we said Sean looked dead nervous right before the fight, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he admitted as much in the post-fight interview, so it's nice to be right for once with our armchair psychoanalysis of the fighters.
And I know this was never recorded. This happened in Discord chat after our last episode, but we were talking about all the ways that O'Malley could win. Because I think we all picked Sterling, but I think we really all wanted O'Malley as fans, as the heart of it. But we were talking about it, and the thought occurred to me. It's like, man, all these ways we're having O'Malley win require like Aljo's brain to fall out of his ears. He just has to fight the dumbest fight. He has to do like
what did he do?
maybe not what he's worst at, but what his proficiency isn't, which is strike. And then he ended up striking and getting knocked out. But I don't want to just take credit away from Sean there, because the way he was moving on his feet was giving Aljo issues. Like, he couldn't just shoot right away. Like, he had to think about it. He had to really try to work to set up his stuff. And then, the brief takedown attempts we did see, he didn't just get dragged down to the ground. So that was probably unexpected. I don't think people were expecting Aljo's stuff to get stuffed. But either way, it's such a phenomenal win. Very exciting win.
Sean froze Sterling with his movement. He really did. Sterling couldn't dive in because he was scared of catching a knee or like a straight punch. So we didn't see much wrestling from him really. Like you say, it was mostly striking, which was mostly brain dead. Yeah,
like we were speculating that he was trying to bait Sean into opening up and overcommitting so that he could like set up his stuff, like you said, Nathan. But then after, like, as time continues, like, bro, where's the wrestling? That's kind of what we're looking for here. The longer you try to strike them, even if it had gone to decision, you're just giving Sean more opportunities to score.
Yeah, you're fighting his game. You're giving him a chance to win, basically.
Full hard copium. This was a directive that Sterling received in like a handshake agreement in the back room. We need O'Malley to be the star, so you're going to have to give up the belt. So you figure out how you're going to do that.
Take a dive, buddy.
Yep. Otherwise, I just can't guarantee that you'll be safe anymore, It's just something, it would be terrible if something bad happened to you.
I do think the UFC are very happy that Sterling's not champion now.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guy that is champ now is super marketable and is a viral hit basically with anything he does online. And B, Sterling was a guy that wouldn't really do business with the UFC. He'd sort of he was a bit more like Woodley, he was a bit strict with them. So I'm sure Sean would be happy to fight a few shitters that he could get away with, like Vera and Munoz, people like that, before fighting the real challengers like Merab.
Do they do voluntary, mandatory type of defenses?
There is no such thing as like a mandatory defense. There's just a title defense. There's no such. You never get called for a mandatory. Dana just kind of decides that you're next.
Also, every fight's a mandatory. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because like we had 2 other bantamweight fights on the card. Obviously, they were talking about Vera almost immediately.
Well, he fought Vera in the past and lost to him.
Oh, I see.
That's why they're talking about Vera a lot. And the way that Sean lost to him, I wouldn't say it was bullshit, but like there was, I don't know, it wasn't like
he
a clean
got calf
win.
kicked he got calf kicked like 45 seconds in, it was over.
Yeah, like it sent his foot dead. Like his foot was dropped, like he couldn't move.
That's right. I remember seeing that.
Yeah. So
speak like calf kicks. Holy shit, Gary on Magni. That was fucking painful to watch. That was rough. But in the bantamweight sphere, so if they're going to try to do Vera next because of that like built-in rivalry that they have. Afterwards is probably the number one contender, right? Is the Sterling's friend Merab. Yeah.
It could be, but I could see them making him fight Cejudo after that as well, because that's another guaranteed money spinner.
Oh, okay. The stocky, shorter guy.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to keep the belt on Sean for as long as possible, because every second it's on him, it's earning more money for the UFC and sort of like, merchandise sales, things like that, than it would be.
And
Go on.
Aljamain should have been his kryptonite, if you will, but if he's not, you'd have to think Merab is. So, which is unfortunate for the UFC because he's the number one contender. So they're gonna have to make up excuses why Merab can't fight him soon. I think it's probably unavoidable. He's probably gonna. I think they'll give him the Vera fight since they have that history. But Merab is probably next on the docket. I don't know how they can avoid that fight.
I think he's the legitimate next guy to fight for the belt, if I'm honest.
I totally agree.
He has to be, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you say has to be, and typically one thing that's nice about the UFC is they will make the number 1 or 2 guy fight for the title. But since it's a dictatorship, they can tell him to kick rocks too. It's like, we're gonna make the number 6 guy go up and fight instead, and you can wait.
We're gonna get some of these sweet pay-per-view sales, and then we'll give you a chance.
Or what they'll probably do is they'll tell Merab, if you want a title shot, go beat Henry Cejudo, and then one of those guys takes the other guy out of the running.
Oh, yeah. You want to jump Q, then you better jump Q.
More that it builds hype towards fighting Sean as well, because it's a bit of an eliminator.
Something I'm noticing after O'Malley's win last night is how quickly as far as the UFC goes as a brand, the social media sphere that is UFC is already fucking in high gear.
They released the full fight already, haven't they, on their YouTube channel?
The entire second round, which normally they won't even show the knockout. They showed the entire. They don't do that ever.
And I've never seen that done, and we know why. Yeah. It's because they know putting it up, they're gonna get insane engagement.
Yeah, that's the bottom line, right?
Sean's a little gamer boy. Like all his fans are like little gamers online. They'll love all that.
Yeah. Let's see. I wanted to ask about WeiLi because she was fucking insane yesterday.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking crazy how good she was.
Is that the first time you've seen her fight live?
Yes.
Mate, if you can, go back and watch the Joanna fights. They're insane.
Alright.
Yeah, those are all-time women, really all-time either gender fights. Seriously good
interesting
stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the top names. Tatiana Suarez just fought, so like that might line up well. They were already talking about Xiaonan Yan, the other Chinese woman, and I think they were talking about that one as a in China kind of thing. And we were talking as we were watching about them possibly looking to line up a card in China, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that might be the spot.
They could do it against Xiaonan. That'd be 1 versus 2 or something. 1 versus 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
All Chinese fight.
Maybe they could put that on the Big Bang Jang versus Joe Joyce rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, do it like one style where they have different types of fights.
Yep.
On the same card.
So they were talking about Carla Esparza. One of those 2 women had fought her. Was it Lemos that did?
Who?
Carla Esparza.
Zhang fought Carla and
yeah.
her.
Yeah, to the least.
Well, so she's at the number 1 spot, and then Rose and Namajunas she'll be fighting soon. We'll be talking about her.
She's also moved up a division though.
Yes.
So
that's right. I don't know of the women I've seen fight in this particular division. I mean, Tatiana Suarez kind of.
She's okay.
Yeah,
is she champ material? I don't think so.
It's gonna be like Amanda Lemos. It's like you got enough to like climb the ladder, but you're not gonna get to the top of it. Xiaonan Yan I don't know. She's an exciting striker type as well, so I think they would really bring the best out of each other. I'm not too familiar with Rose or Esparza, so I can't really comment on those. But if Esparza already got already got worked. I'm not sure what benefit there would be to running that back. Is there any?
Nah, not from my court.
All right, welterweight Ian Machado Gary, the diet Conor McGregor, Conor Light. I'm trying to get the weight class here. So this is Leon Edwards' division.
Yeah.
He walked into last night as number 13. There's a lot of guys in the way. I would love for Kevin Holland to clamp that fucking yapper of Gary's. Vincent Luque just fought. Jeff
He
Neal.
would kill. I say this as a Luque fan. I don't want to see that fight happen. Luque would get destroyed.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, look, it's the notice for the really poor time management appointment that I set for the unctuous fettuccine. What was the C I did?
Conniptions.
Yes.
Comptrollers.
Comptrollers was the one. Unctuous fettuccine comptrollers. I have no idea what I was thinking when I wrote that. Stephen Thompson, that's who he called for, right?
That would be a really good fight, I think. Hopefully Wonder Boy gets paid. I don't know if he's going to fight in the UFC until he does, but he would be someone that would give Gary a lot of trouble. Anything from Steven up is trouble for Gary, I think.
I think Stephen would piece up Gary head to toe. He's such a much better striker than him. That would be a battle matchup for him.
Stephen Thompson headed to Bellator PFL or one
possibly.
FC soon if he's not happy with his pay arrangement.
Well, it doesn't get any easier for Gary because if he goes to, if they feed him to Shavkat, he would get the shit beat out of him. If you want to see that guy like bruised and bloody, you'd root for a Shavkat fight.
All right, I'm gonna try to will that into existence. Me and my massive influence in the combat sports sphere. I'll make it happen. I'm gonna text Dana real quick. Usman, Colby Covington. Man, if he's not gonna really do well 7 and up, then ugh.
Well, that is, I do have to say, like, there's some killers in this division, and Shavkat is ranked lower than he should be. Shavkat really is like the number 1 or 2 guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Bilal is kind of wank. Like he could probably beat Bilal if he didn't get laid on the whole night.
I think in an ideal world, especially if he was fighting 170, Hamzat would fight Shavkat for number 1 contender status at 170. Because those two are just absolute monsters in the division. You know, I really think they should be duking out to see who gets the next title shot.
Yeah, but did Chimaev move up to middleweight?
I don't know if he's permanently moved up. You'd think he may be because he missed weight by 7 pounds last time out. So. And
the jump is 15, isn't it?
Yeah, the jump is 15. Yeah, exactly. So he was halfway there.
Yeah, if you're fucking missing it by that much.
He's fighting Costa at middleweight.
I can't wait. Costa's going to annihilate him. I can't wait.
You're insane. Oh, Costa's going to die. I'm sorry.
We'll see. Anything
more on 292? Make sure to have your insulin handy as you snack on the sugar show.
It was good. It was a good card 292. It wasn't unbelievable. It was solid. Like the O'Malley surprise at the end was genuinely surprising. You know, nobody predicted that. Nobody backed Sean to beat him.
Yeah, and we were pretty fucking hype on the WeiLi fight just because of how good she was doing, and then we completely forgot about that as O'Malley gets that pull-ish counter. Oh, goodness gracious. That was a great card. It really was. Except for Gary.
It's such an aesthetically pleasing knockout, though.
It is.
Like just a thing of beauty.
The parallel with Aldo McGregor was...
Yeah, I can't believe they put those up side by side. That was great.
Yeah. That was the immediate reaction I had once I had seen a few replays and saw how it broke down a little more with more detail. That was immediately the thought that I had. So I'm glad that, you know, it wasn't being weird, kind of making that comparison. I didn't know if it was like a super casual connection that I made. Point totals as of today was small gains. We only got picks on the 292. So 30 to 34. Nathan, you need a lifeline here.
He's only 4 behind, man. Like, he could easily swing that in 1 week.
Could.
Yeah, could.
Lady Luck has not been in your favor, Nathan.
No, but she's kept me within striking distance. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah.
She's edging you. Pause.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pause. Yeah, pause.
Okay, so our preview block here covers 2 UFC Fight Night cards on the 26th in Singapore and on September 2nd in Paris. So let's start with the Singapore card. We're going to go from the bottom up. Taylor Santos ranked 4th versus Aaron Blanchfield ranked 3rd at flyweight. Nakamura Rinya versus Fernie Garcia, bantamweights. Giga Chikadze? Chikadze?
I think you got it right there.
Yeah,
You did, yeah.
The Giga and then followed by the CH. It threw me off.
Yeah.
I was going to say Giga Chad, and I didn't want to. So he's ranked 9th versus Alex Caceres, ranked 15th featherweights. Anthony Smith, ranked 8th. And Ryan Spann, ranked 10th light heavyweights. And Max motherfucking Holloway versus the Korean zombie Chan Sung Jung. These are featherweights ranked 1st and 8th, respectively.
This is a stacked fight night card, isn't it? You think
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, Ryan Spann could headline a card all by itself. Maybe even Giga versus Alex Caceres, to be honest. That would be a great striking match.
Really? So that...
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That
yeah.
Caceres fight might be... I mean, you can't take the shine off of Max Holloway, but as far as competitive fights go, that Caceres fight's
sleeper.
going to be good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
now
Could
I'm
be
looking
fight
forward
of
to
the
that.
night quite easily.
Interesting. So this is a striker heavy card?
Quite a lot
Yeah.
of them are, yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a lot
Yeah,
of
it
them.
actually is.
Maybe that's the trying to appeal to fans in the region.
As well. Yeah, maybe.
More striking, less grappling. Max Holloway versus a punching bag. Let's see. Are there any... Well, you guys already said Anthony Smith and Ryan Spann, and also Giga and Caceres. So, of the other two, doesn't seem like we have a whole lot. Do you want to put picks on them anyway? Do you not flip a coin kind of situation?
I'll go Erin Blanchfield.
Enhance.
Field too. I can't
Yeah.
pick Santos here.
And
Then
Nakamura.
I'll go for Nakamura.
Shoot, I guess I'll be different and go Fernie Garcia.
Fun. Now, this one, maybe we want to have
Giga.
a little more discussion.
Oh yeah, I was gonna take Caceres.
Oh,
Yeah, really? I'm extremely happy with Giga.
really? All right. Okay, so make your case as for why your pick is correct. Let's start with Chief on Giga.
Well, Giga's more youthful than Alex Caceres. Alex has been around for a while now. I think he was on one of the Ultimate Fighters. He's a bit older in the tooth, and his striking just isn't as crisp as Giga's. I think he does wrestle quite a bit, Alex, if the striking's not working, so maybe that'll be his chance to victory, but I see him getting sparked out cold.
Goddamn. Nathan, what about Caceres?
I don't know. I think he's definitely been around a while, but he's not been around so long that I think he's fallen off a cliff. He's like that aging veteran, but he's still got a little bit in him. And I don't know. I do like him a little bit more all around than I do Giga. And they both, Caceres, did he get submitted in his last fight? He got submitted somewhat recently. It's like if he's up against the wrong style, he has issues. But I think this is a fight that will play in his favor. Caceres is like 28-15. He's been around a while.
Wow. Yeah,
Or 21-13.
that's still a lot. I can't find which his loss was, but it's all right. Let's keep it moving. Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann.
I'm going to be contrarian and go Ryan Spann.
I wanted to be contrarian first.
Oh, did you want Ryan Spann? I'll take Anthony Smith.
Oh, I thought Smith looked terrible in his last fight.
I will
Like-
take Smith.
I've never been more uninspired with Anthony Smith. He's got the stuff to win this fight for sure, but like I did not see any kind of the fire that he had when he fought John Jones or in his previous matches. Like he just looked like a shell of himself, and he was up against someone who had no resistance. I think Ryan Spann will be trouble for him.
All right, Chief, why is that incorrect?
Why is that incorrect?
Yes.
Anthony Smith is a tough as nails, hard wrestle boxer, and he is still got the life in him for this sport. Never mind the commentating he's been doing on the side. He's still got life in him as the old dog yet, and he's going to put it on Ryan Spann. I think he's going to get a decision victory against him.
And for the main event, I am expecting you to both go with Max Holloway.
Yeah, I think so.
100%.
Now, what's going to happen is what you least expect. Max Holloway is going to try to grapple with Korean Zombie for some fucking reason. He's going to end up getting himself beat.
Could you imagine if he secured a twister against Max Holloway?
Yeah,
that's probably Chief's like greatest nightmare. I don't think he's got to worry about it, but that would be pretty insane.
That would be insane. We might have to cancel the podcast if that happens.
Yeah,
that is unbelievable.
This is why it's actually like impossible to happen. I will say impossible. Korean Zombie's so faded at this point. He's not the same guy he was even like 2 years ago. He's been in a lot of really rough fights, and Holloway, he's only getting better. He's aging like fine wine.
Yeah.
And his striking is only getting crisper, so I don't see how I really don't see any chance for Korean Zombie. It's more of a, does he go the distance or not? I think that's the only question about this fight.
That's what his nickname kind of was about, though, right? Was his like resilience, Iron Chin? Is that what it was?
I think that was part of it, but I think it was also just a funny name they came up with. So, I mean, he's been in some gory fights where he's cut up and he still wins, or he's eating a ton of punches and he still walks forward and eats them. I'm
trying to, like it's starting to catch up to him, kind of situation now, and like Holloway is still got it. So this is definitely not going to be a good night for Mr. Chan or Jung, excuse me, Mr. Jung. Anything more on the Singapore fight night?
No.
Cool. We are off to fucking Paris. Oh man. Fight night in France. I couldn't think of anything clever on that one. It's just a sad state of affairs. All right, let's go from the bottom here. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Thiago Moises, lightweights. Yanis Chamuri versus Kaolan Luhran, bantamweights. Those two guys did not have motherfucking pictures. Morgan Charrier versus Manolo Zucchini. Volkan, Ozdemir,
yeah.
Ranked 9th versus Azamat Murzakanov. Light heavyweights, ranked 9th and 12th respectively. Manon Pioro is ranked 2nd, and Rose Namajunas is ranked 2nd in the weight class below.
Let's go, Rose!
Yo. And Cyril Gane headlining against Sergey Spivak. I'm thinking of Spivak. 2nd and 7th at heavyweight. I think Gane, Rose might be the only names I recognize on this entire thing.
Ozdemir he fought DC for the title at one point at light heavyweight. So, and Thiago Moises has been around for an extremely long time, so I recognise that name. And Benoit Saint-Denis as well. He's another like perennial hanger on around. So.
Do you guys know enough to make picks for the whole thing, or do we want to do like piecemeal?
Do we want to do picks this week, considering this is September 2nd?
Our next time would be on the 3rd.
Would that be our next time? Oh shit, what do we want to...
Yeah, we're doing we're on that 2-week blocks.
We need to do this then, don't we?
Yeah. I'm good with doing at least the main and the co-main. I don't know anything, or I don't know much about the other fights. I know the names, but as far as educated picks, just the top 2.
I'll do the top 2 then. I'll go Gane and Fuaro.
I'll be Gane and Namajunas. As bad as Gane looked in his last fight, he's still one of the cleaner strikers, and he's going to piece Spivak up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe the weight of the moment with being in with John Jones is a little too much.
100% has to be. Even if he fought well, though, I don't think he had the wrestling acumen to keep Jones from submitting him like that.
Yeah.
It's just, maybe it wouldn't have happened in 35 seconds or however long it took.
Yeah, that was... put a bad taste for potential outlooks for Cirogan. All right, Chief, you seem to have a little bit more know-how, or you know a little bit more about who these people are. What is the diamond in the rough for the fights that we cannot give too much?
I don't think there are any. Like, I think they've just put a lot of French sort of fighters on here, but none of them are exactly built to be the next McGregor or anything.
All right.
So they're going to Paris. They're going to try fill the card up with local talent, and they've tried to do that.
Hopefully they have them set up to win, or at least favored in their fights.
Hopefully.
Oh, man, that is it. That is all we have coming up. Was there any news going on?
Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler is back on? Question mark.
Looks like it's on, yeah.
They mentioned it last night.
Looks like it's on. I'm not sure. It could still very well be off though, to be honest, I think.
I thought Chandler, I'm fact checking myself in real time. I thought he said something like he wasn't going to fight if he was actually in USADA or not, but now I'm reading a headline that says it's not going to make a difference whether he was in USADA or not. So, okay.
Fun. That actually sounds pretty fucking fun. So we all know what Conor's like. I don't know what Michael Chandler's like as far as build up and outside of the ring antics go. Are they of the same ilk, or?
He tries to be a bit of a showman, doesn't he, Chandler? He tries to put on a bit of a display for people, but it doesn't always. I don't think it's always to people's tastes.
He comes off more of like a wrestler actor, and he's like much less of a natural prick like Conor is.
Yeah. Okay. So it's more contrived.
Yeah,
it's contrived, but he's a little bit like. I mean, he seems like more respectful about it. I don't know if that makes sense. He's not just an asshole.
Yeah. Maybe like The Rock in his like when he was a face wasn't as abrasive, wasn't as aggressive with his showmanship. He was just always hyping himself up more than anything.
Yeah, that may be a good comparison there. I wanted to say he's like Colby, but he's definitely not like Colby, because Colby's like he goes full wrestling heel, I guess. Chandler, I guess, he's not quite the heel.
Is Colby the guy who brings out like the MAGA stuff?
Yeah, he's Donald Trump's biggest fan.
Interesting. Well, he's at the fights often, so I guess it makes sense. It seems like a lot of the fighters go to talk to him, like Kevin Holland did.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a big fight fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he loves fighting sports.
He loves fighting. Yeah, weirdly.
He's very well liked within the community. Just he did a lot to kind of get them in the door, and he's always goes up to the fighters, and he's been like next to the commentators, and they'll run up and shake his hand when they win, or maybe not, or just like go and say hi to him or whatever. It's a very interesting wrinkle that he'd be popular among them.
I don't know if he has that same acclaim within the like boxing circles, but other than that one time he was on Triller, I don't know if he's ever been
that was amazing. He's been at a load of boxing fights. Because think when he used to have like Trump Plaza and the Trump casinos and stuff.
Atlantic City.
Yeah, exactly. They used to host boxing bouts, right? Roy Jones fought at Trump Palace a lot of times, I remember.
I mean, hey, if he's doing good things for the sport, I guess I can't really knock that. Whenever it gets these guys like paid and taken care of, I don't really. Sometimes you gotta make a deal with the devil.
I wouldn't give Trump that much credit, because you give him credit for the things he's done in the past, but I don't think he's doing anything in the present for them. He's just more of like a royalty figure.
Oh yeah, okay, that puts it in a better context. Well, if ever there was a redeeming quality he could have had for me, he could have done that, but he stopped. That's, I think, gonna do it for us here at the Low Energy Ultimate Fucking Casual. We have B-Sides. Finally got around to doing that post Spence Crawford, finally. So that's gonna be coming out. Did mid-year picks on that one. Hard Shell Tacos dropped last night. Alright, guys. I think that's it, right? NFL is coming up. I don't know what NBA is doing. MLB, like, they play like 35 games a day. What's EPL up to?
So we've just had a second game week. Some people will be finishing it tomorrow night, but yeah, things are going alright for Arsenal, so I'm happy.
On the football front, Inter Miami last night became league champions.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Led by Messi.
I saw that, yeah. Good on him.
that little clip of the teenager crossing up a toddler. This is what it looks like when Messi plays in MLS. Oh, man.
Did you guys see the 30-yard something goal he made? It's like the longest of his career.
Yeah.
Man, Ibrahimovic made a fucking long one, too, in his MLS debut.
Yeah, it was a right debut. Yeah.
Man, so Messi is MLS champ. Man, I didn't know he went to Miami. I thought he would have went like LA Galaxy always makes the big European star contracts.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Miami fell backwards into that, but I'm sure they're happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
All right, but that's going to do it for the football talk. Gentlemen, parting words heading into the week.
Fuck Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Have a good week, all.
Everyone have a good week except Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Especially not Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Super jacked and fucking ripped Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you if you listened all the way through. Check out that phone number. Text me about what you think about our picks or what you think about the fights coming up. That's going to do it for this episode of The Ultimate Fucking Casual.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you have any questions or comments on what was discussed or have a topic you'd like to hear on the podcast, you can leave a message on our unattended phone line at 833-589-7637. That's 833-LUX-PODS. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxentertainment.net.